Who is the man behind the mask and why does he need a mask?
It's quite complex, this one, and there's more than one sort of interpretation of it. One is that we all wear masks. I mean, I've travelled comprehensively and you don't really know the person you're talking to until they take that mask off, and then you find all the joy and the tragedy of their lives, and you also discover more of the journey of their life. But I spent a lot of my adult life wearing a suit, and I realised I had to be part of the responsibility that was given to me as a senior executive. So I'm actually the person with the mask on. But I learned something else. The mask looks a little bit clown-like, but I learned something else about the clown when I was working with the American Indians, because they had a face, quite often that was painted white. And the clown is not really a clown. The clown is a wise person who understands what's happening around them. And they can tell stories, they can be who they need to be, and at some stage in their lives they can take that mask off and go back home. And I found I could do that quite comfortably and easily.
So you're saying that you had assumed a position of responsibility, therefore you wore the mask. So is that tied to responsibility or is it tied to something else?
It's tied to the particular job you had to do. For example, a wonderful Pākehā guy I met called Pat McCaskill decided to befriend me, and he started teaching me how to use the English language more effectively than what I was using it, and than the way I was using it. And I found that gave me the skill to negotiate positions, both for the arts centre I was running, which had 300 artists were working for me, and also the work I had to do in the Iwi Transition Agency when we were restructuring Māoridom back into their tribal bases, and also negotiating with other government departments was all in the English language. And I found that through the work that Pat had done with me on the English language, I learned how to use the language both to soften a situation but also to tighten a situation, and also to drive a level of aggression without offending into a situation. Part of the lessons he taught me was to listen intently and take notes of what people were telling me so that I could then go back with the discussion.
There was some controversy around this painting when you showed it publicly for the first time.
Oh, some of the gallery owners were a bit hesitant to show it because they felt that Maoris would be offended. But I didn't. While I could understand that, it didn't bother me, to be honest. If Maoris were offended, then they need to confront me about it.
And you said that maybe a couple did confront you.
Oh, a couple of members of Parliament felt that I was taking the mickey out of them, and I said, no, this is not part of you, it's actually me. And they asked me, who's the man in the mask then? And I said, it's actually me. And they rebounded back, but I can understand them thinking that because the man's in a suit, that it was also them. And I suspect that a lot of Maoris who wear a suit will feel that it's also them.
And so the man in the suit is flanked by two sort of slightly obscured people. Who are they?
Oh, everything goes in threes. Ko Wairunga, ko Wairaro, ke Mua. The celestial, terrestrial, and the things that exist around us. It's a question of choosing which one is the man wearing the mask.
Can you simplify that a bit?
All life is based on the life that is above us in the sky,
yep.
The life that's below us in the earth,
yep.
and the life that we live today in between the two.
So the sky represents possibility?
Everything is a possibility.
Mm-hmm.